Welcome to our podcast. Today we are analysing the Presidential Decree of December 7th, 2018, a fundamental regulation governing industrial diving here in Sicily. Rachel, could you give us some context on the importance of this decree?
Of course, Jake. This decree represents a concrete response to the training and professional qualification needs within the industrial diving sector. It was issued in accordance with Regional Law Number 7 of April 21st, 2016, and aims to establish high standards for training pathways.
So it's not an isolated measure, but part of a broader regulatory framework. What are the main references supporting it?
Exactly. The decree is based on several regulations. At the regional level, it refers to laws such as Number 10 of 2000 and Number 19 of 2008, which govern administration. At the European level, it recognizes professional qualifications according to Directive 2005/36 (EC), facilitating worker mobility. And, crucially for the sector, the training pathways must comply with the minimum requirements set by the International Diving Schools Association, IDSA.
That's a framework that bridges local needs with international standards then. That sounds quite ambitious. Moving into the details of the training pathways, what specific requirements must institutions meet to be authorised to offer these courses?
The regulation is very clear on this. Pathways must be authorized and conducted exclusively by state-run institutions or by vocational training centers accredited by the region. They must follow international didactic requirements, especially regarding bottom times and underwater activities. Furthermore, constant updates are required whenever training standards change.
And regarding the recognition of qualifications, is there a specific mechanism to certify that these courses are compliant, or is it left up to individual institutions?
Yes, there is. To facilitate the recognition of professional qualifications, institutions must issue a Europass certificate supplement. This document certifies that the training pathways comply with current regulations, making it easier to validate skills at both the national and European levels. It's a standardized approach.
That sounds like a sensible way to ensure consistency. Another interesting aspect mentioned is the establishment of a telematic registry, an online register. What is its primary function and how will it operate in practice?
The online register will be established within the Regional Department of Labour with the primary goal of facilitating the match between supply and demand in the industrial diving job market. It will be managed by resources and structures identified by the department's Director General and will operate almost exclusively online, with paper documentation reserved only for specific procedures. Registrations and changes will only take effect once the updated data is published on the website, ensuring real-time accuracy.
So, a digital platform aiming for transparency and efficiency. For the divers themselves, how do they register for this directory and what documents are required?
Registration is done via an individual application. The request must be submitted using a model approved by the Director General and must mandatorily include authorization for the processing of personal data. Otherwise, the application will be rejected. Additionally, payment of the fees for the issuance of the registration card is required.
And what if a diver changes their qualification level or for some reason needs to be removed from the register?
Registered members can request updates to their status, for example, upon achieving a new qualification level, by attaching the relevant documentation. In these cases, the previous card must be returned and replaced with a new one. As for removal, it can be voluntary at the request of the member or ex officio in the case of documented irregularities or other legal provisions. The registry will then flag the cancellation and remove the data.
Let's talk about the registration card itself. It's essentially a professional ID card. What features will it have given its importance?
Yes, it is a personal ID card issued upon registration, containing personal details and the qualification level. It must be durable and tamper-proof, with specific graphic features yet to be finalized. In case of loss, the member can request a duplicate, again subject to the payment of fees.
Finally, this system also involves economic and coordination aspects beyond the direct services. How are the issuance fees managed, and how does this regulation integrate with the broader regional and European qualification systems?
The region's general accountant will activate a specific revenue entry in the budget to manage the funds from the card issuance fees. On the coordination front, an assessorial decree is expected to update the regional qualifications directory to include these new qualifications. Furthermore, the department must ensure these qualifications are entered into the European database to facilitate recognition and mobility across the EU.
Rachel, thank you. This presidential decree of December 7th, 2018 seems to be a fundamental step in structuring and regulating industrial diving training in Sicily. It sets rigorous standards, an online registry, and clear procedures, focusing on professionalism and safety.
Exactly, Jake. The goal is twofold: to ensure the training of highly qualified divers and to promote maximum transparency in a sector crucial to the island's maritime economy.
Our thanks to Rachel for guiding us through the details of this important regulation. For those who want to learn more, the full text of the Presidential Decree of December 7th, 2018 is available on the official channels of the Sicilian region. If you found this discussion valuable, consider sharing it with someone who might benefit from understanding these regulations.